Hello, everybody. My name's Coach Troy, and I just wanted it's a later live that I'm doing tonight, but it's something I really wanted to talk about that I found really interesting. So, I've been doing a lot of studying to really figure out today in our economic times what are the things that are really holding people back? What are the things that are, though, that are also working for people? And after studying a bunch of different business leaders and owners, business uh, uh, executives or business owners. And when I studied the group of people that I was studying, really started to ask some really good questions as to, what are real things that are actually challenging people today. And I started to come up with some really cool um, things that were consistent. And one of those things is, I'm just going to get right into it, is the the need to really develop true worthy goals. What is something that you're really working towards for your own self? Now, I'm not talking about your business goals. I'd like to, but a lot of actually businesses never do achieve their goals. It's actually a crazy statistic. It's like 90% of, some people say 95, some people say 85, but let's just call it 90% of businesses actually never do reach their goals every year, which is fine as long as the business can afford it, to not have to. But what I'm saying to you today is the goals that you have embedded in your mind as the leader or the salesperson or the business owner, the executive, the manager, you have to have goals that are truly going something that you really want to strive to get to, because that's what's going to keep you on track as to whether or not you're moving towards something that's really inspiring to yourself and a picture that's embedded in your mind, or are you moving away from it? And do you feel like you're in a retaliation type of mindset, or moving into what we'd call a recessive mindset and becoming more from a place of fear? You see, I think that there's two kinds of ways of looking at things. You can either be inspired from a place of fear of not achieving something, or you can be as afraid of, what if you're in the wrong place, wrong time, and something could go wrong. And I like to look at the opportunity. Most people are emotional. They're going to panic and freak out when things aren't going quite right because they don't know where they were really going. They don't have that mindset that really says, this is where we need to go. This is a must. This is what I've decided to. And really be willing to do anything it takes to get that goal. When you, as a leader, as a person, have decided what that image is going to be and what it is that you're going to achieve, you now can go and explain that to yourself in the mirror. Be excited when you wake up in the morning that this is what you're going to achieve and what you're working towards. And here's what happens when you do achieve that. For some people, it's a financial thing, or some people, it's a market share. For some people, it's growing their family or relationships, or achieving maybe a health goal. But no matter what, if you have the goals in your mind and you can picture that, here's what Troy's going to look like when he reaches this point in his life, and achieves his goals. This is exactly how he's going to look physically, how he's going to think mentally. Here's how he's going to act in his language, and here's the people that are going to be surrounded with, that he'll be surrounded with when he does that. That's what makes it fun, because then when you go to bed at night, you already know the intent for the next day, and you can wake up rather than feeling dull or boring and not being able to really figure out what it is that you want to do, and it takes you a few hours to get going. That takes too long. And then, no offense, that's really what most people do. So I know that if you're watching here today, you're going to be able to resonate with me is that part. Because simply put, here's the deal: if we don't have goals that make us think and grow, and we take part in, I'm too old, or I don't have the money, or I have to learn too much, or the recession is here, or there's financial hardship, whatever, that's what's going to keep you with the results that you got today. But if you say, what if I don't take part in any of that, and I really apply some goals, and I really want to grow myself, and I want to go further, that's when you're going to be able to really push. Get excited about it. When you leave this call tonight and you write down the goals that, I want to buy a cabin, or I want to be able to start a charity, or I want to grow our company and double or triple the sales. When you say that in the mirror and you say, because of that, that's what I'm going to do, that's what's going to really have an impact on your life. That's a worthy goal. And you walk out into the other room and you tell your family, no more boring stuff where I'm focused on negativity or feel like things are happening against me rather than for me. Guess what? Here's the goal I'm going to go after. Let's make this happen. Let's work as a team. And that's what gets inspiring for your family. And then in the morning, you go in and you talk to your team at work, or you jump on a Zoom and you tell people, hey, guess what? I have a personal goal. I want to be able to do this, this, and this. I'm curious, now that you've heard my goals, what is it about your goals that you want to achieve? And how can we help each other do that? Can we invest in a program? Can we take a look at the thinking and results program? That's really what I want to talk about tonight here during this. But that's where we teach this, and we start to look at what are those worthy goals. And then you start to say, okay, I've got the goal defined. Now I'll worry about the how. But I know my why. I know what I'm doing. And then we look at thinking and results. And you can come study this with me, because myself and other entrepreneurs and business owners, we're going to be starting to study this. We're doing our introductory call next Monday on August 15th. And then after that, we're going to be talking the week after. We're going to start chapter 1, and we're going to go through 12 chapters of the program. I'm going to be studying right alongside and helping facilitate what Bob Proctor teaches. But now we can start to go into chapter 2, and we can look at, how do we close that knowing and doing gap? How do we create a better self-image? And, what are the things that we can do that affect our conscious mind that will then impress, a lot more energy in that subconscious and create some new paradigms that are going to give us new habits, new beliefs, be able to look at things from a different perspective and different lens, and be able to show you how we do all of these processes to really help you achieve some massive goals. Here's the deal. If it's true that we're going into a recession in our economy, or that we have turmoil in the world, or there's still things happening with pandemic or what have you, you're going to be able to come from a place and be able to have more impact when you decide on something that's positive versus negative. I told this story the other day, and I'll share it with you today. It's amazing to me to really think about this. You could see the most beautiful sunset with the mountains in the background and beautiful hills and the flowers blowing in the ditch, and you'll still stay at 90 miles an hour or 85 or whatever you're driving, and you won't think anything of it, and you'll take it for granted. But here's what's really crazy. If you see someone having a fight or a riot outside, or an accident or something negative and whatnot, you'll stop and you'll take pictures, you'll gawk at it. And some of you will say, no, that's not true. But I'm telling you, when you look at what it is that we're focused on, we focus on things that are from a place of protection, from a place of survival, because you're going to notice the things that could harm you or harm your success or anything like that. And you don't focus enough on what the opportunity is that you could do. And so I want to encourage you. Really what my talk is about tonight is invest in yourself, invest in your mindset, invest in the mental part of your game, so that you can show up and feel absolutely amazing and on purpose and on track with what you're doing, so that you can inspire your family to see a new you and to see, a new standard of living that you're going to move towards. And then you're going to be even more impactful for your team, which will cause automatic attraction for your customers. All of this put together is going to prevent the Great Resignation from happening to you. It's going to prevent you from having to take part in recession and have to lay people off or shrink your business just to cope, because that's what most people do. So this is the key. And so as I've been studying people, like I said at the beginning, I realized that most people don't set any goals. They'll have a corporate goal, sort of, that they already know they won't hit, because the average is really 90% don't hit their corporate goal. So you already know that. If you've went to any business school or you've went on to any type of website, you're probably going to miss your goal. But you don't really truly have a goal or result that you've decided and are committed to as a person. And having that is what's going to make a massive impact on your life, on your family, and your business. And so I'm going to get back on tomorrow. I'm going to talk about other things that I think are really there. But the next part I want to talk about is it's how important it is to understand that the business leaders that I've spoke to over the last few weeks, each and every single person who's successful has a business coach, has a life coach, has invested in a seminar or webinar, has invested in themselves, whether it's a personal trainer, a nutritionalist, or a program or a mastermind, but they're investing in themselves. Most of those people that I interviewed all said the same thing. They get personal developments massive for their team, but almost all of them said, I don't invest in my own self enough. I'm working extra 20, 30% more after the pandemic since before. And I was already burnt and working hard before the pandemic. Now I'm working even harder, and I haven't taken any time to help me learn new strategies and learn new techniques that are going to help my belief system and be able to help me with what it is that I do each and every day so that I can do my best and hit those goals that I simply put out there. So I want to leave you with that. I just want to again say the Thinking to Results program with Bob Proctor, we're going to start that here next week on August 15th. And I'd love to be able to invite anybody who wants to come on and take a look. I'll reach out to me with a message. You can send me a text message. I'll just put my phone number on here. And you're going to be amongst other people who are going to be learning this material. I simply facilitate it. Bob Proctor is a genius at teaching it. He's the teacher. I'm just somebody who has gone through the program many times. I love going through this program. Even my children go through it. My 10 and 13-year-old, my wife, and all of my clients. So I want you to really take this serious. This is the thing that changed my life. This is the thing that prevented me from going into a recession last time. And this is the program that anybody that works around me takes. They go to a whole new level themselves. So I really look forward to being able to work with people and have a tight community. There's only going to be 10 people in the group this time. And let's go through this program. We'll master some of the most amazing techniques that you can find and create results that will absolutely shock you, your family, and the people around you. So message me, phone me, call me, text me, do whatever it takes. But decide today you can make time. It's an hour a week. You can find the investment. You can also decide that no matter what, it's time to invest in yourself and not take part in any type of problems that most people will face. The most successful people invest in themselves and find the right material that's going to give them the strategies that's going to really have an impact on their business. So, and on their life. So I really look forward to being able to talk to you soon, and good night for now.